Alright, what is going on here? Okay, you ready? Our video is on defense mechanisms and the mnemonics you use to remember them. Our first term is repression. This is the process of forcing thoughts into the unconscious and preventing painful or dangerous thoughts from entering consciousness. Our mnemonic device applies to repression because press rhymes with mess. When you make a mess or have a messy room, you want to push it off and forget about it, or not clean it at all.
Our next defense mechanism is regression, and that is when a person protects themselves from an anxiety-provoking situation by retreating to an earlier stage of development. The word regression, you can almost hear the word grass, and our mnemonic is when you're younger, you eat grass, and when you're in an anxiety-provoking situation, you tend to retreat back to younger stages of development, like eating grass, and this will help you remember the word regression and the definition.
Our next term is reaction formation, and this is when a person acts in the exact opposite manner to his own disturbing or socially unacceptable thoughts or emotions. Our mnemonic for this term is acting fake, and this mnemonic makes sense because people are covering up their ID today.
Our next term is projection. This is when someone is projecting undesirable feelings or emotions onto someone else rather than admitting to or dealing with the unwanted feelings. An example of projection would be if someone is cheating on his wife, and he would go back and accuse her of cheating. So you're trying to eject your partner out of the relationship, project, eject.
Our next one is rationalization, and this is a defense mechanism in which controversial behaviors are in a rational or logical manner. And the word rat is in rationalization, and when a rat eats garbage, they tell themselves it's like a gourmet meal to make them feel better about it and justify the eating.
Our next term is displacement, and this is when a person shifts his or her impulses from an unacceptable target to a more acceptable or less threatening target. Our mnemonic for this term is when someone yells in your face, you feel the need to spray someone else with mace. This makes sense because when someone makes you angry, you like to project anger on someone weaker than you are.
Our next term is sublimation. This is where socially unacceptable impulses or idealizations are unconsciously transformed into socially acceptable actions or behaviors. So an example of a socially unacceptable impulse would be overeating or eating too much. So our mnemonic is you constantly buy too much food or overeat. So instead you use your food to make subs for the homeless. And you can remember this because subs is in the word sublimation.
Our next term is denial, and this is a confrontation with a personal problem or with reality is avoided by denying the existence of the problem of reality. Our mnemonic for this term is you ran out of medical insurance and you have a toothache, so you refuse to believe you have a dental problem. This mnemonic makes sense because within the word denial, it sounds like dental. Our mnemonic is you have ran out of medical insurance, you have a toothache. You refuse to believe you have a dental issue, which reminds you of denial.